Hello everyone, it's Joe here and welcome to Train Simulator 2021. You find us sat here at Ely about to work a service through to where we're going. We're off up to King's Lynn today. We're on the Class 365 by Armstrong's Powerhouse. We better actually get ourselves set up, ready for departure, get them doors released. And yeah, we're in driver-only operation mode. Let's have a look, get them lights turned off. And we're on the fantastic Fen Line, or the Fen Line, by 4 Aspect Simulations. Now, I did a video on this last week before, and for some unbeknown reason, it used so much memory on my train simulator that the audio didn't record. And for some reason, then the video, I hadn't actually noticed it, because normally when I never watch the full video back, I never watch myself, purely because I can't stand the sound of my own voice, which is interesting actually, given the amount of waffling I do on this game. But yes, I genuinely cannot stand the sound of my own voice, so the fact that you guys keep coming back is it's confusing to me. I do find it confusing. But there we go. Thank you so much for being here and joining us on this momentous occasion where we're taking a Class 365 in First Capital Connect livery up to Ely. Now this is a hard scenario. It's a difficult scenario. It says your departure timings are as follows, 1855. Now the scenario we did last time was a green scenario. This one is a red scenario, and apparently there's a few delays en route, so I don't know if we'll be waiting at a few restrictive aspect signals. Is it nearly time to go? It says 1855, so we'll just wait for that to... there we go, platform duties complete. We'll get them doors shut. And I was a little bit naughty actually, because if you saw, I took my DRA off while we were still sat waiting at a red signal, which is incredibly naughty of me, and I would like to apologise immensely for that. Now the Fen Line runs between Ely and King's Lynn. This is the Phase 1 of the route. You can download it from 4 Aspect Simulations. There is a link in the description, so if you do want this, go and get it. It's an absolutely fantastic route. I cannot praise it enough, and you know that I give, with Train Simulator I'm incredibly critical about it. Partly because Dovetail games obviously do charge, don't they? They charge for their routes, it's no secret. They charge for their trains, they charge for their routes. The level of detail in this route, and I must stress at this point that this route is free. It does not cost you anything. Oh, hang on. Hello driver, 1 Lima 48 is running late, so you may be held before Ely North Junction. Okay, well that's not a problem. Thank you for telling us, Control. I'm assuming it was the Control, maybe it was the signaller. But yes, so, hang on, we can accelerate a bit there, we've got a yellow signal. But yeah, the amount of detail that is in this route, and it's free, which is why I give Dovetail such a hard time. Because if someone in their spare time can create a free route, then why can't they if they're going to charge for it? You know, that's my opinion anyway. Oh, hang on, we need to, yeah, we'll just coast up to this next signal, because... whatever 1 Lima 48 is. If it's a 1 Lima, I imagine that's an East Midlands. That's an East Midlands trains, I believe. I'm sure I've seen 1 Lima 48 when I've been working trains to Liverpool. I probably missed the whistle board, to be honest with you. Now, the Fen Line is an area of the world that I know absolutely diddly squat about. I know where Cambridge is, I know where Ely is, I know where King's Lynn is, but, you know, as we're going past things, unfortunately, I can't go, oh, and there's where I went to school, and oh, I met someone called Ronald from there once. It was a hysterical story. Mwahaha. You know, because unfortunately, I just, yeah. I've been down here once, I went on the Norfolk Broads, we went through Ely on the East Midlands. It was a 158 in the old Northern Spirit livery, which was very exciting. It appears 1 Lima 48 is, I'm assuming, that. Hello. Let's just stop before the red signal. I think that's pretty good. We'll pop the DRA on. There it is. We'll take it off, and off we go again. If only I'd have done a bit more coasting, we'd have got through that all right, wouldn't we? And I'm really happy that it's in the First Capital Connect livery of this train, because do you know what? I love Capital Connect. I thought it was such a good looking brand. And I've always loved the first group colours, the blue with the pink doors, you know, first Transpennine Express. I love those colour schemes. I love the first Great Western, the first ScotRail. Nah, ScotRail used Barbie, that doesn't count. But still, you know, I really did enjoy those colour schemes, and it's such a shame they're gone. There's such a bright, vibrant colour scheme, and it just seemed to suit any train, even something from the HST right through to the 185. You know, good looking livery, and it will be missed on Britain's railways, or I'll certainly miss it anyway. So yeah, we are a stop-in service by the looks of things. We'll be calling at Littleport, Downham Market, Watlington and King's Lynn. And despite the fact that I get the impression that this is a branch line, I wouldn't exactly say that it was a main line, you know, because there's sections of single track. I would, you know, you get up to some speed. I mean, this is 80 miles an hour. That's faster than between Huddersfield and Leeds on the Transpennine network. It's only 75 down there. You know, so to say, I mean, it's on a commuter line to London, isn't it? So of course it'll have a fantastic service. But yeah, it's just a little bit of an odd one. It's a nice line. I mean, you look over, you know, across the. Let's pop outside here for a second, and let's try and get a nice picture, because you know I do love. Or maybe, I don't know. Nah, we'll get a picture later. No, bugger it. We'll have a picture now. I love these trains. I do love the 365s. They're such a good looking. Oh, hang on, we're speeding. Too busy taking pictures, you see. Well, that's made up for our delay at Ely North Junction there. But yeah, you look out and you think, well, it probably didn't take him very long to do this. You know, there's nothing there. However, you know, that's the Fens. When I got the train between Peterborough, that East Midlands, between Peterborough and Norwich it was, because we went down to Acle, so you know, a bit of Wherry Lines action. Whoa, my lords. And it was actually quite weird. There was a Northern Spirit liveried Class 156 down there. No word of a lie. A green and blue Northern Spirit 156. Now, I don't know what unit that was. I don't know if it was on loan or what, and I don't know whether it was with East Midlands Trains or whether it was with the other people, Abellio or Greater Anglia, but we got a Northern Spirit livery 156. If you know what unit that would have been, please let me know, because I was talking to one of my friends about it. It was like, I didn't think they had any of those, but they did. They had a Class 156 in the green and blue Northern Spirit livery. I remember it vividly. Ooh, bit of a whistle action. Let's just, oh, there we go. Single yellow. Ah, well, we can cruise into Littleport, can't we? On a single yellow. We'll just leave it in notch 1 braking. Because, I mean, we're half a mile away. I normally aim for, like, doing 10 miles an hour more than the distance here. That's how I kind of roll with my braking. You know. And in notch 1 we'll just leave it. I don't actually have to be anywhere at any particular time. So long as we stop at the stations, I should pass the scenario. And although it's a standard scenario, and to be honest with you, for YouTube, it doesn't really matter if I pass the scenario or fail the scenario, does it? I mean, it just doesn't, you know, so long as you guys enjoy the video. But the OCD inside me does enjoy passing the scenario and getting a nice little tick. And I've just realised we're probably about to go sailing through here. Nah, we can stop in time. These units are built for stopping. Actually, they're not. They're not Networker Express. Is that not what they're actually called? That's good enough. I can stand up and see the DOO cameras. Oh, look how happy he looks to be in Littleport. Brilliant. Now, if we have a look around Littleport, this is something that I covered last time, and I wanted to cover again because you probably won't have seen it. But this route, obviously, it's branded First Capital Connect. But if you look here, we've got Capital Connect, and then hang on, we're in the train. You've got a Network Southeast, kind of here. Oh, hello, Network Railman. These are genuine posters as well. You know, they really are. Except, oh, hang on, 1 Tango 57 is running late. Due to a problem under investigation. I love that one. But yeah, I don't know where he's got this from. But it did make me laugh because it said, does not apply to passengers using East Coast or Hull trains at this station. I don't think East Coast or Hull trains have ever been to Littleport. But yeah, if you're boarding here with passengers using East Coast or Hull trains, you won't get a penalty fare. Coming down here, we've got another Capital Connect branded sign. And then at the back, we've got I'm assuming that this is Western and Great Northern, or as I like to call them, Wagon. Wagon, that's what they're called. So we wait here with the doors open until the train comes past us. I can do that. You know, and that's with the signs, that might seem like such a small detail. But up north, Northern, there's absolutely loads of signs. I mean, what are we now? 2021, April 2021, good lord. And the signs on the Northern Rail network that still have the old Abellio Serco logo on them. And they do. They have the Abellio Serco Northern Rail, you know, the kind of more jaggedy, pointy. Oh, there we go, it's there. Right, okay. I'm sure they said till it passes us, but we can see it, so that's fine. And we've got the signal, so... We're going, aren't we? Yeah, there we go. And, you know, it's such a... hello, colleague of mine. Oh, we're off. I do love these trains, and it's nice that we've got a fairly decent route to drive them on as well. Yeah, so anyway, there's still loads of Northern posters, or Northern signs, the platform signs, that they've just forgotten to remove, dotted around the network. And so I think it's really realistic that he's left some of the old branding in, and it's not just all First Capital Connect, because, you know, we're all human. We make mistakes, we miss signs off that we should have... This is where I'd probably derail, and it'll be like, we did tell you to wait until the train had passed you, rather than... but never mind. Come on then, full steam ahead to Downham Market. See, this is insane, look, it's 90 miles an hour on a single track. It's just mental. Oh, neutral section, I believe. I should probably have left the power off for the neutral section, but never mind. Nay bother, as it very much were. There's a lot of little level crossings here, little foot crossings. And it's still, coming down this route really does kind of confuse me, like it feels wrong blasting down a single bit of track in an electric multiple unit at 90. There's just a lot of strange things for a northerner here. Half of our lines aren't even electrified. There's certainly not electrifying bits of single track. Although arguably the bits of single track will probably be cheaper to electrify. They don't have to put more stanchion posts up, do they? But there we go. Hey, dearie me. I mean, it's fantastic, isn't it? This has to be, no word of a lie, this is one of my favourite routes for Train Simulator. And I'm not just saying that because I know the guy that made it and, you know, we get along. I'm not just saying that because I know the guy that made it, I would quite happily sit and criticise it. And then he'd probably yell at me and I'd go, well, make a better route then. But... the fact of the matter is, this is such an enjoyable route to drive, and again, the fact it's free. My most enjoyed routes on Train Simulator 2021 are, not in any particular order, but the Leeds lines, where you can drive up to York. I love Leeds lines, I just do. You do, of course, have the Huddersfield to Manchester line, partly because that's the line that I work over. It's just a shame we don't have a 185 to, you know, to kind of operate on there, but the 185 is coming. I've seen videos, I've seen pictures, and I'm also helping out a little bit, me with trying to get hold of some decent sounds for it, but that's all you're getting from me on that one. But yeah, the 185 is coming. It's still on the way from Imbue Studios, and it's very exciting indeed. And of course, so that'll be brilliant. This is sensational. I've always wanted a fairly good route from round here. I mean, I like the Alan Thompson Sim Peterborough to Cambridge. That's another really, really good one. It just is. The problem is with these routes, however, down south, is that I don't really, as I said earlier, I don't have any history with them. I don't know much about them, but it's still enjoyable to blast along in a 365, and it's a well-made route. The attention to detail is what gets me. As one of my old Northern Rail conductor manager, who's now retired, bless him, lovely chap, he always said the devil is in the detail, and how right he is. It's little things that just make the route for me. Like, I think further on there's just a random bicycle that's just tied up to a level crossing. I think, he didn't have to put that there, but he did. And that is what makes it fabulous. It's what breathes. And this is something that Dovetail struggled with. I've said that before on their Trends in World routes. It breathes life into the area. People live here, people work here. The tractor at the side there waiting to cross the level crossing. Although, to be fair, I'm just thrilled that he didn't just take it upon himself to go across the level crossing, because that's what they do down here, and they smash 170s in bits, don't they? Because, yes, that did actually happen with a operated by National Express Class 170. God, I don't know, I feel slow now. We've had to slow down to 75 miles an hour. Blow me, number. Now, it's interesting. From this bridge, it would suggest that this was once 2-track down here. Which does kind of wonder. It can only beg the question why they removed one of the tracks, especially if they kept this as a main line to London. It's not really a main line, is it? But it's got a good service from both Capital Connect and National Express East Anglia, or Thames Link and Abellio Greater Anglia as it is now. I would imagine that up this line they run Class 700s. I would imagine. I could be wrong. Yeah, but yeah, Thames Link Great Northern. Maybe, I know that they've got some 365s still at Thames Link, so maybe they just run 365s on the King's Lynn's. Because they are very short platforms, aren't they, at quite a lot of the stations? They are short platforms, so maybe they wouldn't accommodate a Class 700. I don't know, to tell you the truth. Now, I'd imagine as well that at Downham Market we go on to double track again. I'm trying to remember from when I drove this route last time. There was no single track station, so yes, we'll be back on dual track. And like I say, it puzzles me. It puzzles me more than anything as to why we kind of drop onto single for this little stretch. And then for what I believe is the rest of the route, we go back to dual track. It's an odd one. It's very strange indeed. Maybe they run Class 700s down here, because, this is a longer platform at Downham Market, whereas at Littleport, it's a short platform. So, I mean, they've always got the option of selective door opening, I guess. Or as we know it, ASDOR. Automatic selective door opening. And unlike in the last video, I am actually going to stop at the stop board here. If you look, there's two sets of driver-only operated screens. Or maybe I'm not. It's not a screen. We don't stop with it there on this one, you muppet. You meant to stop at the stop board, which happens to be floating on this. Never mind, we'll gloss over that. And that's meant to be a mirror, you goon. Oh well, never mind. I'll just sit with my head out. Oh, maybe I won't. Bugger 'em. I'm not fussed. They're only virtual passengers, aren't they? Platform duties complete. Right, get them doors shut. Ding ding. Oh no, driver only operated service. Sad times. Right, full power. Off we go. No messing about. I'm trying to think of something that I've uninstalled to get those floating boards, but I don't think I've uninstalled anything. Could only make me wonder. I'm sure when he views the video, because I imagine he probably views the video, just to see if I've said nice things about his route. I'm sure he'll probably point out, like, oh, well, you were missing that, you blithering idiot. And I went, oh, yes, I was, wasn't I? At least we've not got milk bottles in the track on this route. Quite a lot of the routes I'm missing assets on. You know, there's a lot of milk bottles all around. But, you know, this is refreshing not to have, you know, milk everywhere. Yeah, it's lovely. Really, really nice. So we're accelerating down to Watlington now. And I think it's just 75 between the two. The level of detail as well in the catenary above our heads, you can just sit mesmerised by, you know, the level of detail that is in that, and different types as well. I think in the trailer it said there was over 100 variations in this route alone, and this route only takes like 35-40 minutes to drive. Over 100 variations of overhead live electric equipment, or OLE, overhead line equipment. You know, it's just insane. It is insane that he's not charging for this route. It really is. I am appalled that he's not making money out of this, and I hope that somehow he does make money out of this, because it is worthy of a payware route. I would pay $24.99 for this route. This is a route that is worth that amount of money. Or even, if he doesn't want to charge $24.99 like Dovetail Games, certainly $14.99, you know, make some money out of it. This is ace, and I'd certainly... I mean, I guess one of the problems is that you buy the route and you wouldn't have any trains to go on it, because obviously he won't own the rights to the trains. So so that's a bit of a disappointment. But yeah, $14.99, this should easily be, and I'm a little bit disappointed that it's... Well, no, I'm not. Disappointed is the wrong word. I'm happy I didn't have to pay for it, don't get me wrong. Everyone loves a freebie. I'm a tight-fisted Yorkshireman, and if I don't have to open my wallet, then I don't. But for aspect simulations, you should be making some sort of serious cash for the amount of hard work and effort has gone into this route. I'm sure there's a good reason why not. But yeah, certainly, if you're going to produce another route to this quality, get it on that Steam store, because you need to rake in the money, my friends. It has to be said, it's not the most interesting of routes. You know, I love the scenery, and I like, oh look at that over there, and oh look at that over there. But there's a lot of countryside, isn't there, with not much happening. And again, that's not something that we can sit and blame 4-aspect simulations for, because it's just a very flat part of the world. You know, if you look around, like, oh look, there's a hill over there. Oh no, there's not. It's flat land. There's oh yes, flat land over there. So, you know, it's just a very plain, it's a vanilla part of the world, isn't it? Part of the UK. It's just flat. I say I'm used to the Pennine, you know, the Pennines. So you look out the window, you get a spectacular view. And sadly, down in the fens, that's just not something you get. But it doesn't mean it's a bad route. It just means there's not a lot to see. But what there is to see, you know, everything is done well, and it's believable that it's this area. No, we need to do a bit more braking if we're going to stop at Watlington. I certainly need to as well get hold of one of those controllers from Alan Thompson Sim and Train Sim controllers, because they look absolutely fantastic, don't they? It'd be fantastic to drive the networker with one of those, especially. You know, if you do want to donate to that, and I'm not saying you have to, you know, but there's a link in the description to a PayPal. If you want to fling us a couple of quid, if you feel, do you know what, I'll help Joe achieve his dreams of owning one of those, then there's a link in the description. Like I say, I appreciate everything that you guys do. I just appreciate you being here, to be honest with you. You know, but as I say, if you do feel that you've got too much money this month, you want to chuck us some as a thank you, then there's a link in the description to that. But yeah, Train Sim controllers, I'd love that. They also come with like the T-bar. I'm not advertising. I'm not paid to advertise this. I'm just excitable. You know, I'm excitable. I love everything in life. But oh, hang on. Yeah, got the door shut. Especially with the Desero kind of T-bar that the Desero trains have. I'd absolutely love that one as well. Right, off we go. Full power. But don't forget that there's a 40 zone down here. I'm surprised we've not seen any National Express East Anglia 317s or anything yet. It seems a little bit odd. Rightio, are we back up to 90? Yes, EMU 90. Sensational. Right, in full power. Bit more single track. Yeah, I forgot. I thought that I thought that last bit was the only single track, but obviously not. Full speed ahead, chaps. Oh, that's odd. Getting the AWS warning. I feel like that was the... Oh, is it for that bridge? Why would we have an AWS warning? Goodness only knows. There's no signals. There's no change of speed limit. Goodness only knows. I don't know. Looks to be some sort of chemical works over there, maybe a power station of some sort, a brewery or a grain silo, something big and industrial over there. Nice tractor in the field on the right there. Hello to you, Mr. Farmer. Some more tractors. It's obviously a huge farming area around here. It's a lovely part of the world. Oh, is that a combine harvester? No, it's not. It's a transformer station. I thought it was some sort of huge combine harvester going past. I was like, oh wow, isn't that impressive? But yeah, it turns out to just be a transformer station. No, it's a weird one, because, I mean, we're just under 2.5 miles from King's Lynn now. I always kind of imagined, because I've never been to King's Lynn, like I said, never been. But when you see trains leaving King's Cross going to Cambridge, you know, Cambridge is a big place, isn't it? You see them going to Peterborough. Peterborough's a big place. You know, there's a fair few people that live in Peterborough. So, King's Lynn, I kind of imagine at King's Lynn there to be this huge, great big station. You know, with lots of trains coming in and out and flying all over the place. But it's just not the case. I mean, for a lot of this, you approach on a single line, like we are currently doing. And it strikes me as just kind of, well, we had to terminate it at King's Lynn. We didn't particularly want to terminate it at King's Lynn, but if we carried on going, then we'd run into the sea. Because obviously it's on that little bit that sticks out of the UK, isn't it? You know, so it kind of, that's me saying that, really, really hoping that that's the case. Let's have a look. Quick look on Google Maps. Oh, no, that's Southend-on-Sea. That's a completely different place. Hang on. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the complete wrong... Yeah, you would crash into the sea. It's like a huge bay, isn't it? It's like Morecambe Bay, but less good because it's not in the north. Yeah, I went there, I said that. But yeah, it just seems a really odd place for such a commuter service into London to terminate. Just kind of what seems to be the middle of nowhere. Now, I think this is the level crossing. Yeah, there you go. Level crossing. Foot crossing. It's not a foot crossing. It is. There you go. Is it been... Oh yeah, it is a foot crossing. But look, the bike just left there. That's brilliant. That's really, really good. And that's what I mean. You know, it feels like that some fictional person, perhaps called Andrew, perhaps not, you know, brought that bike and was like, do you know what? I'm going to tie it up there and I'll come back for it later. Either that or he just really doesn't like Network Rail and keeps leaving bikes attached to their fences just to irritate them. But, you know, it feels like Andrew is a real person who lives in this train simulator world. And it's lovely. As discussed in the last video, I do not know where that comes from down there, but it's semaphore, I can tell you that much. There's a nice semaphore signal. And I don't know where that goes around there either. But yeah, so single line into King's Lynn, and then there's a kind of Great Yarmouth-esque. Great Yarmouth-esque, that is a word. It's a word I've just invented. Because Great Yarmouth's another one, you're kind of going down and you really do feel like you're approaching the arse end of nowhere. And all of a sudden there's this station with lots of platforms. It's very strange, very strange. And then you used to get like the Mark IIIs going down there in the summer. And it was like, oh, this is strange, you know, a bit of single track. But yeah, single track, and then there's all these platforms at King's Lynn. And it's just a bit weird. There's a Morrison's on the right there. I don't know if that is a Morrison's, but it looks like the sort of building that Morrison's will be in, doesn't it? So I'm just going with the fact it's a Morrison's. Which is good, because there we go, there's some National Express action. I actually really liked that livery. I'm not a lover of white trains, as you know, but that livery looked fantastic on those, and it looked fantastic on the HSTs as well. It just seemed to suit everything. Simple, plain, elegant, love it. But yeah, it's a good job there's a Morrison's there, because I'm getting rather peckish. It's lunchtime now, so I'm going to pop to that fictional Morrison's and get myself something to eat. I'm also loving the benches as well. I'm assuming that they're Western and Great Northern, pink and blue. There we go. We'll stop there, get those doors open, and we'll pan round, get the headlights off, and tail lights on. There we go. Well, there we have it. That is the Fen Line. It's our first look, sort of, except for the cocked-up first look earlier. What do you think to it? Let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you show the video some love by clicking that like button and subscribe so that you never miss out on any train simulator videos. Click the notification bell as well. Why not? Do it. Treat yourself. Until next time, cheerio. Goodbye for now.